to the top ranking and hottest Eastern and Central African show, or as you may like it, the world best Kujibamba talk show with the hashtag Maisha Bila Stressi. Kumbuka ingawa unapitia shida iliyoje, kujibamba ni lazima. And yes, today we as Kujibamba talk show, we have come with the topic ignorance. The word ignorant is an adjective that describes a person in a state of being unaware of important information or facts. So, with that understanding, we get to know ignorance simply means lack of knowledge or understanding. Good. We've always been hearing people saying maybe you are ignorant or she is ignorant and such. Actually, most of us think that we are addressed as don't cares, as we may say. Like when your parent tells you, do you know you usually ignore almost everything I tell you? And you're like, yes, I do try my best. But my parent doesn't understand, even doesn't notices it. So today it is so clear that it is lack of knowledge or understanding. Simply the parent is trying to show you that you don't understand. You're not understanding. You don't have the knowledge of what I'm telling you. So this teacher or parent knows the product and fruits of what he or she is telling you to do, and when you do it or play your role fully with own motive of success, he or she sees like you can't understand what it means, or your knowledge about what you're doing is quite low. So sometimes they might be forced to tell you, do more research. So ignorance can appear in three different types. So there are these different types of ignorance. And number one, we have factual ignorance. Remember, this is Kujibamba Talk Show with the hashtag Maisha Bila Stressi discussion today, and the topic is ignorance. So, talking about different types of ignorance, we have three of them. And number one, we've said is factual ignorance. So, it is the absence of knowledge of some facts. Absence of knowledge of some facts. To simplify it further, we can say it as when someone does something morally wrong because they don't know or realize that the action they committed were wrong. Good. And number two, the different type number two, we have object ignorance. So this is an acquaintance with some objects. For example, they believe that red makes a bull mad. I hope all of us know that game. Or even maybe another example, we have this thought of eating an hour before swimming causes cramps. Actually, most of us really believes in that. Okay, and the other different type of ignorance, number three, we have the technical ignorance. This is the absence of knowledge of how to do something. Like, for example, you don't know maybe how to swim, you don't know how to ride a bike, you don't know how to play football, and many other things outside there. Maybe yourself, you know what you really don't know. And wow, remember, this is the world best Kujibamba Talk Show with the hashtag Maisha Bila Stressi. Kumbuka ingawa unapitia shida iliyoje, kujibamba ni lazima. As we continue with our discussion ignorance, we are taking a short break. We will be right back. Oh, great, and welcome back to the world best Kujibamba Talk Show with the hashtag Maisha Bila Stressi. Kumbuka hapa ndipo ingawa unapitia shida iliyoje, kujibamba nayo ni lazima. As we continue with our discussion ignorance, yes, today at Kujibamba Talk Show. And so now we want to see some consequences of ignorance. So ignorance can have a negative effect on individuals or even society. Remember, we say that ignorance is lack of knowledge or understanding. So ignorance can have negative effects on individuals and even society, but can also benefit them. So consequence number one, by creating within them the desire to know more. So you have the desire to know more. Actually, this is the only beneficial or positive effect of ignorance. And number 2, we have can cause poor social behaviors. Number 3, can lower confidence of an individual. And number 4, ignorance can ruin a good story, and that is where people usually sing the song, I wish I knew, I wish I knew. So great people, let's be aware and understand and know better about things we are doing. Let us not be ignorant. Remember to get rid of ignorance. Do your best in whatever you're doing. Yeah, and it is good to know that the beautiful world of I don't care leads to the miserable city of I wish I knew. My dear friend, remember this is the world best Kujibamba Talk Show with the hashtag Maisha Bila Stressing. Kumbuka, this is where you get information as it is or as it should be. And till next time we're going to meet, remember, Maisha Bila Stressing is the hashtag. This is Iwa Boy wa Sami. Mashallah.
Mwili wangu ni hekalu ya Mungu. Mwili wako ni hekalu ya nani?